Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Magic of Mayhem. I am your host, Austin. Welcome. Hey, good to see you again. Glad you're tuning in for another fun episode here. A solo today. Back to the normal kind of jazz that we were doing. Appreciate Jake being an awesome guest the last 2 weeks. We're done with the guest for the time being. Also, if you haven't noticed, for those that are on YouTube or anything else that's showing a video, we have a new scenery. It is a beautiful Christmas tree. To describe it for those listening, we finally put up our Christmas tree. It's not even November 10th yet, and we decided, hey, let's put on our Christmas tree up and let's enjoy it right now. So that's what we did. That's what we're doing. We've got the Christmas tree up and ready, and it's going to be great. And the only reason we're a little early this year is because we actually will be going on a Mexico cruise for my son's first birthday, which is actually the week of Christmas. He's born on the 21st. Obviously, Christmas is on the 25th. And we decided as a family, like, hey, let's go to Mexico on a cruise and celebrate his birthday that way and Christmas. So that's why we're kind of switching it up this year. But we decided we're going to kind of just breeze through Thanksgiving because we've got so much to look forward to for Christmas, and we might as well jump early on the game for that. So yeah, we're a little early this year for Christmas, but hey, Christmas is one of the greatest times ever. It's so many great memories for me personally. I think same great memories for my wife as well. And we're just going to want to create that Disney magic at home for our son, and we're excited to do that. So we're starting early. As you see, we even got a I Love New York ball. Something fun that we like to do too is on trips or anything like that, we like to get an ornament to kind of like be our memory from that event. So most of our tree right now, we haven't actually, this is a brand new tree we just got since we moved. We got ornaments that are all memories on there right now. We haven't actually purchased anything pizzazzed yet. So that's why the tree looks kind of basic, but it's not. It's actually filled with a bunch of memories. So something my wife and I have done since we got married. That's kind of where one of the things we started. We did our first trip to Mexico on our honeymoon, and that's what we got. We got a sombrero ornament, which is in the tree. So cool things about me. Let's see. We are on episode 7. Episode 7 of our Disneyland 8-part series. So we're coming to the finish line here. This one today, we're going to be talking about hotels. So since Christmas is coming up, and maybe you're trying to find a spot that you need to stay at for your trip with your family, for anything like that, let's dig into this. So this is just going to be places that I have stayed, and we're going to strictly start with places that are not on Disney property. So things that I've stayed at, things that I've enjoyed. This is going to be the spots that I've stayed at, and kind of ranking them from like worst to the best, basically, in my opinion, of these spots. So I've probably been to Disneyland over 40 or 50 times and stayed at only a handful of hotels because I've usually preferred these hotels. And then for the most part, I'm staying on Disney property 90% of the time. So these are places that I've like learned to love or loved at one point in my life as a broke college kid, as a broke high school kid, just trying to go experience some Disneyland on my own accord with my friends, anything like that, with my wife, when we were broke, those broke trips that you just want to experience some Disney magic to bring up some positivity in your life. And these are going to be the list of hotels. So to start off, this is going to be just, like I said, worst to best. And I'll kind of explain what I thought for each of these hotels, and maybe a memory or two that I've kind of linked to this. But to start off, Hotel 414. Now, this is a hotel more on the north side of Disneyland. It's actually on the harbor side. So this one used to be called the Knights Inn prior to 2016. So this is talking from when it was Knights Inn. So I'm not familiar with Hotel 414. It has been one that I've stayed at, but when it was Knights Inn back in 2016, we stayed there. Obviously, it's going to be a cheap hotel. That's what it really is. It's just a cheap hotel, somewhere where you could go lay down and get some energy to go back to Disneyland, right? That's what I mean. And that's the goal of a cheap hotel. You're just trying to find a place to lay your head down and get your energy back so you could keep going. So this is just about a shy of a mile walk to the security gates at the front of Disneyland, on not on the downtown Disney side, on the opposite side. So on the west side, basically it was just a shy of a mile walk to that front entrance. So it's not terrible. Most of these hotels are going to be within that mile radius of walking, but when you do 13 or 14 miles walking at Disneyland and then you have to walk an extra mile, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. This is probably before we had figured out too about the art, and I'll explain what the art is for those that don't know. I'm probably just referencing stuff that people that have been to Disneyland a million times know about, but I'm just going to talk about it for those that maybe don't, maybe that are just going to come in and visit to Disneyland and they're like, what do I need to do in order to maximize my experience? So it's just a shy of a mile walk. So be prepared to walk. We actually do walk over an overpass, so it is uphill on one side and downhill on another. So that was the rough part about what was the Night's Inn, which is Hotel 414. But it's still a good, cheap hotel. It's one you could go lay your head down. I had no issues with that, but there is an art stop nearby. So what the art is the Anaheim Regional Transportation. That's the name of the art, but it's an art bus. So that bus has multiple stops and will eventually take you to Disneyland. Now, there's apps and all kinds of stuff that you can use now. It's been a minute since I've had to use it, but I'm pretty sure, let's see if I can find this real quick while we're talking of what that app is. Maybe I can't find it, but maybe by the time I get done here, that I will have that answer for you. Art Bus Anaheim. There was an app. Let's see, I'll just do it while we're talking. So Anaheim Regional Transport, plan your trip. Oh, download Away We Go mobile app. So there you go. Away We Go. So that's the app. Away We Go mobile app to purchase a day pass. It wasn't expensive at all. Maybe a couple bucks. I'm pretty sure you could do like a 3-day pass for like $15 a person, which I would say is a steal, especially when you're balling on a budget, and you need those times where you need to maximize your dollars. The art is a great lifesaver. You're going to have to wait a little bit at times and you're going to hit multiple stops. I get it, right? It's going to be part of that. But the art basically hits every one of these hotels that I'm going to talk about. So if you're new to the area or you've never been to Disneyland and you haven't ridden the art, trust me, it's not like, I would say it's not like a scary bus. I've been to New York. I've been to multiple cities where those buses you get nervous about your safety. The art is definitely not one of those. So it's definitely, you could take your kids and be comfortable and safe in an air-conditioned bus, by the way. Always a great thing to have, especially on a hot day. The art will save your butt as far as that. So back to the hotel. Hotel 414 pros, it's not a far walk. It's very budget friendly and you have that easy bus access. Plus it has a pool. So if you need to cool down after a long day or cool down in the middle of the day or anything like that, you want your kids to go have a pool day, cool, you got that. The only problems, it's a cheap hotel. Let me preface it for you that it's a cheap hotel. It's not one that you're going to expect any glamour from, right? You're just getting in there, you're getting a bed, you're getting, a place to sleep. That's it. Maybe a vending machine or two there. No food, no nothing at that end. But you're there to sleep. You're there to have a spot that you can rest in and kind of have your own spot. So that is definitely a con of that. No breakfast, no dining on site. So I would call that more on my cons list, right? So, but hey, you're balling on a budget. You're trying to maximize your stuff. Bring some sandwiches. I'm sure there's mini fridges like normal. Bring some sandwich stuff. You can have your sandwiches there. Bring anything you can just keep in the refrigerator and be good. That's a great thing about cheap hotels is you're always going to have maybe a microwave, maybe a mini fridge, and that's the best way to get the bang for your buck for those cheap hotels. Parking, I am pretty sure charged for that. I didn't quite check, but anytime you're going to park your car in any of these hotels, guaranteed you're going to have to pay some sort of fee to park your vehicle there, as general public wants to park there as well. But you as a hotel guest get that priority to do that. Okay, So that was my worst ranked one, Hotel 414. Now, same side on the harbor side, which is on the west side of Disneyland, DCA, King's Inn. So now we're on the south side of the park, on the DCA side. King's Inn on the west side. Again, another great hotel. So my story of the time that I got high, and my wife and I walked in, and security dogs were sniffing me. Okay, that I got nervous that they really weren't, but this is the hotel that I stayed at, and actually we did it. The cool thing about the King's Inn, it's right there by the Anaheim Garden Walk. Cool spot, plenty of restaurants. It's a cheap hotel that you're within access of a lot of cool things. That is the best part about King's Inn, is you have the walkway. There's a movie theater, there's a bar, there's pubs, there's restaurants galore, there's little shops there. So that is 100% the benefit of King's Inn. Again, a cheap hotel. It's nothing spectacular. Don't expect anything glamorous like you're staying at the Grand California. But you're staying in a hotel that's nice, that's comfortable, that's safe, and that, you're right there by some cool stuff. So that's a benefit, right? You are not far from a great spot. If you want to go watch a movie, anything like that, it's a great hotel in order to do that. Again, you're still got about a mile walk. Like I said, everything here is going to be a mile walk from here to the security gates. So it's not a bad thing. I mean, you're going to be walking at Disneyland anyway. You'll have your Disney legs hurting by day 2 for sure. But by day 5, your legs will be strong and you'll be feeling great. You just got to push through, right? But if you're not, there's another 2 art stops right there. So like I said, the Anaheim Regional Transportation, there's 2 spots right by there. Easy to get to. Again, you can jump on, kind of start figuring out how your bus rolls, and that's a great way to kind of manage how your day's going to go, right? And they always pick up in the bus terminal in Disneyland. As I had said, about for any of the arts, they're all right there. They're going to say, hey, line 9, if that's your line. I don't know if it's actually a number or a letter. And you're like, okay, my hotel is on line 9. So you'll know there's, hey, line 9, this is the bus stop I need to be at for the art. And you'll find all that from your app, and it'll actually update you like, hey, you're at this stop. This is how many minutes till the bus is there. Now, it's just a guess. It's not perfect, but hey, at least you get a thing. By the way, cheers. We're actually Coors Lighting tonight. I need to catch my breath real quick. So let me cheers, everyone. Also, while we're doing that, let's do a fit check real quick. We got the Spider-Man. Not just Spider-Man, but like Spider-Man in like a dune buggy, like a race buggy. It's a pretty cool shirt. I love this one. A little tight. It's one of my favorites, though. So the pros for this one, again, not a far walk. You have a pool, budget-friendly, easy bus access. That's going to be about the majority for my first 2. Those are your pros. Again, mini fridge, microwave, stuff like that. Maximizing that budget. But this is definitely a step up from Hotel 414, in my opinion. Again, because you have that access to the Anaheim Garden Walk, which is phenomenal. Great to have. But you have to like cross the main street, get to harbor, all that on that side. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go still on the DCA south side. But now let's go on the other side, the east side on Disneyland Drive. This became one of my favorite ones to go to, and that we wound up prioritizing in a great place to stay. This is the Eden Rock Inn and Suites. Now, this one, not have access to really like cool things like the Anaheim Garden Walk. The only reason I say that this is a good hotel and a step above the King's Inn is because you are on the downtown Disney side now. So your walk is into that side. I think always that the downtown Disney side security is always going to be faster than compared to the bus side. Just my opinion, just my preference. So that's why Eden Rock has been up there. It's actually closest to the downtown Disney area compared to the other 2 hotels that I just said. You have about a half-mile walk. Cool thing about it, you got an art stop right there again. So art is going to be at every one of these hotels and makes it really nice and easy for you. So that's always cool. The art is just, like I said, it's a lifesaver for those that stay at a budget-friendly hotel and need just kind of an idea in order to do this. So I highly recommend these hotels. It's like, if you're not looking for a glitzy glamour and you just need a hotel to stay at, these are always going to be very budget friendly. I mean, I was just checking kind of as I was glancing, and you could get them for as cheap as like $130 a night. Super cheap, right? $130 is nothing. The cool thing about the Eden Rock, though, is newly refurbished. So you're going to get like an up-to-date hotel room, which that's always a benefit, right? You definitely want to do like a newer room, so you don't have to worry about that. But the Eden Rock is a great one. Now, the cool thing about the Eden Rock is you could see the backside of water. Just kidding. That was my lame dad joke. You get to see the backside of DCA though. So that's the cool part. You actually can see kind of a little bit of hotels, any little shows, just barely. Like you could maybe catch a little bit of light, and you're like, oh, there it is. I see it. So when you're checking in, if you're checking in a day before the park and it's nighttime, you could kind of get a little bit of a look, and you're like, oh, there's DCA. I can see the back of cars right there. Or I could see Mickey's Ferris wheel, which is the scariest thing to humanity ever. The moving sliding cars. Oof, those, yeah, scary. But you can see Incredicoaster and stuff like that. So you get glimpses of the park from that backside. So super kind of cool, right? Super cool. So again, pros, not a far walk, budget friendly, easy bus access. I said it has a pool. I don't remember seeing. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Definitely has a pool. Again, cons. It's a cheap hotel. Always going to be a cheap hotel, but newly refurbished. Still no dining. Still no breakfast on site. Nothing like that as far as like you could get a quick meal. Now there's little restaurants around there. Cool. It's not like the Anaheim Garden Walk, so you're not getting anything luxurious. So that's the only poopy part about that. But still, Eden Rock, my highest list of like not a name brand hotel, cheap. You just need something to stay at. I highly suggest that one. It's quick. It's easy. You walk right to downtown Disney and you're there. Bam. Again, you're going to be walking. Everything here is a walk, unless you're going to take the art. Now, I have done it. I've balled on a budget and completely walked. And like I said, I had my highest step counts of any time doing a whole day at Disneyland and then going to the hotel. And you look at your watch and it's like 15.8 miles. And you're like, good freaking goodness. Like, I just walked that freaking far. Yes, you did. Yes, that's exactly what that hotel's for. And you're like, ugh. Now I'm getting too spoiled and I stay on Disney properties as like I said, 90% of the time. That's my goal. I'm staying on DCA. I'm getting too old to do this crap. Even though I'm only in my 30s and I'm in my early 30s, I'm too spoiled now at this point. So Eden Rock Hotel, great hotel. I would highly recommend it if you're trying. This is my best of balling on a budget hotels that are not name brand. Eden Rock, right up there. It's one of my favorites. I will stay there again if I have to. I really don't want to, but it's there. That's my favorite of the non-name brand hotels. Now, let's get to the name brand hotels that we all know, that we all love, and just start with my least favorite out of my two that I've stayed at in this area. Hilton Anaheim, by the convention center. So you're on the south side of DCA. Again, a solid mile walk to security. The cool thing is the art stops right there. Bad news for you, the art in the morning, good luck. You're probably going to be second bus, maybe third bus, depending on how busy that hotel is. Not only are you at the Hilton Anaheim going to have a ton of rooms and be busy there, but you have a next door neighbor, which is the Anaheim Marriott, and their bus stop is the exact same bus stop. So you're going to be maybe waiting in a line. And every time you wake up and you look down and you're like, shit. Yep, it's going to probably be a line. But it's not bad. Like I said, second bus, usually maybe you sneak on, but usually second for sure, maybe third bus. It just depends on when you hit that line. And if people don't know that it's there, they're kind of looking around, wandering, like, where's the bus stop? If you know where it is, it's on the Anaheim Marriott side, and it's right at the corner bend, right when it's going to shoot back out. Trust me, I know from experience, I know that's the spot, and I go there every time if I'm going to ride the art. So it's right there. But usually in the morning, you got piss and vinegar, and you're like, screw that line. I'm going straight to the park, and then you walk a mile. Right? You're just going to walk that mile. Screw it. And then on the way back, you're like, please just help me find a bus. I can't make this last mile. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Yeah, so there's that. So Hilton Anaheim. So it's a mile walk. Art stop right out front, like I said. Pros. It's not a far walk, but the furthest so far. Not going to break the bank. Still can be budget friendly, maybe, depending on what kind of room you get for Hilton Anaheim. But Hiltons are going to be a Hilton. You guys know at this point, probably minimum $200 a night, minimum. You may get lucky. You may find a Black Friday deal or some deals coming up here. I would stay on top of it. I'd be checking daily, honestly. Google Tracker, fantastic. For flights, I don't know about hotels, but it could kind of be like, this is the range it should be, and then go from there. But another one, great one, Hilton Anaheim there. Not as budget friendly as the other three, but it is a possibility to find a good deal. You never know. They have a restaurant and lounge as well as a Starbucks. They have a Starbucks there and a food court. So if you're looking for food, in-room dining, it's going to be a Hilton for you, right? You got breakfast. You got anything that a normal Hilton would have. This place has got it. Now, it is a nice hotel, and I'm a Hilton Honors member. I think I was a Diamond at one point. That one point, though, it got so slammed that they kept cutting me off on the Diamond line. And anyways, that's just me being working my butt off and getting to that level and then being frustrated about it. But anyways, side note, it was packed. So problem with this, you're by the convention center. So anything that's going on at that convention center is going to trickle into your hotel. Whether it's just a conference, whether it's 1,000 people, whether it's 500,000 people going to that conference, it's just going to make your hotel experience extremely busy. Because it is. It's right there. It's a convention center. It's connected to all that, right? So that's a problem. So if anything is happening there, it's going to cause that hotel to be extremely busy and can be expensive. That hotel can be extremely expensive just because it is a Hilton. I apologize, right? Right now, my nose is like getting really plugged up, so hold on. Okay. I kind of just inhaled a booger, so cheers to that, everyone. This is, hey, me being back solo, it's not so easy to just throw it back to be like, hey, Jake, talk real quick while I just blow my nose. So, yeah, but anyways, hey, cheers to those that are still here. I appreciate you guys. We're expanding a lot, by the way. If you've made it this far, you've been listening. You're dedicated to this episode, so I might as well talk directly to you. By the way, I'm running a giveaway on Instagram. To find my page, it's TMO_mayhem. So the Magic of _mayhem. So TMO_mayhem. And go to my Instagram page right now. I'm giving a first t-shirt of its kind for my birthday that's coming up November 18th, which, yes, you heard that right, November 18th. Who else has a famous birthday at November 18th? Mickey freaking Mouse. So me and Mickey actually have the same birthday, which is really freaking cool. Be jealous about that one. I have taken birthday selfies with him, and it's it's one of my greatest things that I didn't get to choose, but it's happening. So Mickey and I actually share a birthday, so I love it. But anyways, doing a giveaway on there. Giving away a shirt and a $25 Disney gift card. If that's something you want to try and win, go to my Instagram right now, share it to your profile. You'll see all the instructions on what to do. But at TMO_mayhem on Instagram, go do it. Go follow me. I'm trying to give you cool clips and everything in case you miss it. So that way you're like, I need to go listen to that episode. So yeah, you totally should. Now back to the Hilton Anaheim. I've been there when it's extremely busy and it's not fun. Especially like, when you go to those hotels and they have 2 elevators. Nothing ticks me off more than like a 2 elevator place and you're trying to get down to the bottom 4 and every freaking elevator that comes to you is full of people. Oh, that's frustrating when you stay at like a big hotel, right? I know everyone's probably felt that. And then you're like, you know what? It's faster if I just go up. I'll just hit the up button, go up, and then I come down. And when you do that, it's insane that it actually works. But yes, so Hilton can be extremely busy. Yeah, not fun. But it has all those perks, right? The cool thing about Hilton too is they actually have firework views. Because you are on the backside of DCA, you can get a room that has a Disney view, which is cool, right? Again, not going to be the cheapest because of that alone. You slap the word Disney on anything outside of Disney, and it's going to cost you. I mean, even Disney's going to cost you at this point. But yes, cool. You can have a big DCA view. You could have a firework view. You could see it all, which makes it really fun. So Hilton has that perk. If you're looking for something like that. So definitely cool to check out. Now, let's go to my actual favorite off Disney property hotel. And I said earlier about the Anaheim Marriott, which is literally across the street from the Hilton. That is actually my absolute favorite hotel outside of anything off Disney, right? So the Anaheim Marriott, across from Hilton, I stayed there before COVID. I stayed there during COVID. Hilton was completely shut down at that one point during COVID. So Anaheim Marriott has been my absolute favorite hotel ever since. So I loved their staff. They've had staffers work there forever, I feel like. And every time I'm like, I may not have been here for a year and you're still here. That's cool to see. They've got a great bar. They used to have the most amazing French fries. They're like the thin, kind of crunchy French fries, and they were my favorite. And then they went to it wasn't even a steak fry. They moved to these fatter fries, and they were awful. And I literally used to be like, oh, I just can't wait to get to the Anaheim Marriott so that way I can get my favorite French fries, because I'm a French fry guy. Big time French fry guy. McDonald's French fries are up there. In-N-Out French fries are up there. Anaheim Marriott, what they used to have French fries were so good. And then during COVID, when they were running out of supply of things, the French fries actually was one of the things that they ran out of. And I went there during the trip one time and I was like, can I get your fries? And I was like, these aren't your guys' regular fries. And they're like, we've had to make alternate choices because we don't have the fries. And I was like, no. And then I go back when COVID and everything was done and they had continued with those fries. And I was very disappointed. Garbage fries. Bring back the thin fries that were my favorite. I even bragged to people about them, and then to just have my heart ripped out just sucks. So yes, bring them back. Anaheim Marriott, bring back the fries. Okay, that was my little side tangent. So it is my favorite off Disney property hotel. You're right there by the Hilton, so you're a mile walk away from security. So you're back on the west side as far as walking. Same thing for the Hilton west side. You can go, it's kind of split through the convention and go to the downtown Disney side, but it's a little bit longer than that. So it's my favorite non-Disney hotel. Pros, they have a great bar, great restaurant. They have a pizzeria on site. I even wrote here as my note, used to have my favorite French fries, which they did. Great pool. Staff has always been amazing. Can be budget friendly at times. They have a great lounge. They have a nice rooms, and they have the art stop. The thing you don't get is a view. You get to look at the crappy parts of Anaheim, which is not Disney. So that's the one bummer part about that, because you are behind the Hilton. The Hilton gets all the views for DCA and all that. But on the Marriott side, you don't get to see anything but the backside of the Hilton or some ugly Anaheim views. Bummer part about that place, but still my absolute favorite hotel. It's a great stay, great rooms. I've stayed in their corner rooms before, and I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful room. Great everything there. Honestly, my favorite. So if you're looking for a great non-Disneyland or non-Disney property to stay at, the Anaheim Marriott is 10 out of 10 my vote. I love it. You can't go wrong there, so 100% go to that. But it can be expensive as a hotel. It is the farthest walk out of the hotels I've already talked. So if you're walking, it's the farthest one away from that. But they have everything great. View is blocked, like I said. But the only issue is if that convention center has anything going on, good luck again, because it's going to pack everything out. The benefit, though, is you have that art stop, like I said, and it's in front of your hotel, not in front of the Hilton. So that's the benefit of that. You literally get the first primo spot for the art to come pick you up. So that's it. Now, that's it. That's my wrap of my 5 hotels that I stayed off of Disneyland property or off of Disney properties, right? Now, let's just talk about 2 of the best hotels ever. So I have not stayed at the new Pixar Place Hotel. I have not. So I'm not even going to give my opinion on it, even though I did stay when it was Paradise Pier Hotel. So I'm just going to minus that off there and apologize for those that love the new one. I haven't got to experience it yet, so I'm not even going to give my opinion on whether or not that's a cool hotel. Now, in the past, when it was the Paradise Pier Hotel, it was the cheapest place to stay at. That was still on Disney property. Cool. Thank you. Have a great day. Move on. Now, the Disneyland Hotel is my second favorite Disney property. I mean, I think we can all freaking fight and argue that Disney's Grand California Hotel is the absolute best hotel on Disney property. Fight me, because we know that I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. So, Disneyland Hotel. It's the Disneyland Hotel. It's the OG. It's the one that's been there forever. It's the one with magic. It's the headboard that when you click on, the magic lights kind of turn on. I love the Disneyland Hotel because of its nostalgia, because it is the Disneyland Hotel, right? Also, Trader Sam's is on Disneyland property, Disney Hotel property. Trader Sam's is the absolute coolest bar in ever created. I love that place. I love Trader Sam's. So being that that's on property, it's my favorite. Trader Sam's, shout out. They're the best. Magical rooms, and you walk right into downtown Disney, right? You're paying for the primo of that. You're paying for the primo that is the Disneyland Hotel. You're paying for, you're in Disney's pocketbook now. So you're paying for that experience that you are at the Disneyland Hotel. You got Goofy's Kitchen, little shops here and there that I've never really explored because I ain't there for that. I ain't there for those shops. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm not doing there. But the Disneyland Hotel is going to be the Disneyland Hotel. You're going to have a magical experience. Your kids are going to love it. I'm not a kid, and I love it. They have the best pool there. They have such cool things at the Disneyland Hotel. So I don't even need to talk about it because you guys already know that's one of the best to go to. Grand California. Now, my wife is a travel agent, and we are travel agents for Disneyland. So the only way we get to stay at the Grand Californian is using our like, what's it called? Our benefits of being a travel agent and getting it down to like $300 a night. Even that's crazy. Now, I do have a fond memory of when my best friend and I and his sister, we all stayed at the Grand Californian and balled out and felt like the coolest people ever. And we spent $160 or $170 a night. You won't see that anymore. That'll never happen. If it does, then we have the best economy in the world and our dollar is baller. But that's not going to happen. We will never see $170 a night. We did. It was epic. And I wish that would come back again. And just for that price alone. Now, the closest we've got as a Disney travel agent is like $300 something a night. I will take that all day, every day, because you have the access of the monorail right there. You have all this access to being the exclusivity to walk right into DCA. You have all these cool perks of staying at the Grand California Hotel because of that. You have the amazing bar. You have the little cookie spots right there. You have so many cool things right there because of staying at the Grand California Hotel. Worth it. You immediately walk into downtown Disney. You got access to everything downtown Disney has just by a couple footsteps. You have the access to DCA just by a couple footsteps. You can jump on the monorail and be in the parks in Tomorrowland just for the couple steps. That is why the perk of staying at the Grand California Hotel is worth every penny, right? So as a travel agent, though, we get those great rates because of that, and it's worth it to us. Now, at $800 a night, I can't swallow that as much as I feel like I could be a baller. $800 a night is just so ridiculously high, right? That the average person, they're going to look at that and start crying and be like, I will never get a chance to stay at Grand California. Because it seems to average it like super ridiculously high like that. It makes it sad, right? You see those people, they're still staying there, and you're like, good Lord, you're spending a ton of money. But when you're trying to ball out on a budget, Grand California ain't going to be that hotel. Every time we stay there, I just feel immediately like a baller, right? You're like, I'm here. I'm staying at the best freaking hotel in Disneyland. And it is. It really is. Now, back in the day, I remember my dad actually getting us a Grand Californian reservation for myself, my two sisters, my mom, and him. And I remember vividly being young enough that I had to do homework from our room. The cool thing about being in that room was I was actually visually able to see Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in DCA back in the day when it was like that from my room. And I remember my mom like yelling at me to do my homework, and I looked down and I could easily see like down the Hollywood Boulevard. So I had to be on the side. Yeah, I'd have to like rethink that. But anyways, that was it. That was cool. And from there on, you always want to stay at the Grand California Hotel. That's it. That's the primo spot. I can't say anything better than that. That is the ultimate hotel that you want to stay at if you are going to stay at Disneyland. It elevates your experience to another level, right? Because you're paying for that ease of access. You're paying for all the cool perks of just being in the Grand California Hotel. And that makes it epic. And that's all I got for hotels. That's it. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hotels that I got to speak about there. I hope that this in any way possible helped you get kind of an idea of hotels that at least I've stayed at that I could give my opinion on and that you guys might be able to use. If you want to ball on a budget, you have those options. If you want to be just an absolute baller, you have those options too. There's a lot of great perks from each hotel, whether you're going to go cheap or not. Those are all great benefits of being at a cheap hotel. You could spend it in other places. You can get that extra popcorn. You could get that Mickey popsicle. You can get all the cool stuff and save on the hotel side to make your park experience even better. So that's what's cool about balling on a budget, right? And then you've got the great perks of staying at the Grand California Hotel, like I said. Going into DCA, doing all that fun stuff, and you're paying for it though. So there's the perks. Like, do you give and take for each? That's a real tough question to answer. That's going to be your personal decision, and I hope that you choose what you want to choose, right? Especially for families. It's not always easy to take and be on that baller status. Sometimes you got to ball on a budget, but you're going to make that experience amazing for yourself and your kids, and that's the most important part, is creating memories. And that's what these hotels do. Whether or not you stay at a cheap hotel, you're creating memories that you will last a lifetime just being at Disneyland, right? And you won't ever think about whether or not your back hurt that night that you stayed at that hotel or whether or not you saw a cockroach. I'm just kidding. I hope that you don't see a cockroach because you'll never go back to that hotel. I'm just saying. But you don't remember that, right? You remember that your kid smiled when he got to high-five Mickey Mouse, or the first time you took your kids on one of the rides. You'll remember those memories way more than you'll remember your negative memories for things like that. So save your money if you got to, just to make your ultimate Disneyland experience. But if you got the money, go blow it. Go blow it on the Grand Californian and experience the best of the best. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is episode 7 of our Disneyland 8-part series. We've got over 52 topics, so we've got over a year of stuff to talk about, but we're about to wrap up next week of our Disneyland series, part 8, the magic of merchandise. I'm excited to talk about that. As you can tell, I love merch. I love wearing cool shirts. I love wearing cool anything revolving Disney or Disneyland or Marvel or Star Wars. I am a nerd. I love it. My wife loves it. I can't wait to get my son addicted to all this because he's going to be like me and love it all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 8-part series. If you haven't, go back and listen to the other episodes because we've had some great topics. I had great guests on. Jake has been helpful on episodes that I felt like maybe I couldn't bring out a lot to talk about, but yet here I am about to hit 40 minutes here, just talking to myself basically. So I appreciate all those that listen. Follow my Instagram, TMO_mayhem. I'd really appreciate it. If you're here on YouTube, please subscribe. I hope I bring some cool stuff to you. I'm just here to talk Disney. That's all I really am. That's what the magic of mayhem is it's mayhem. Mayhem is just creates memories for you, right? Being normal and average, that's boring. Let's bring some mayhem in your life, right? So I appreciate you guys following along. We'll see you next week. It's going to be exciting. The magic of merchandise. I'll see you guys later. See you next time. Laters, skaters. Bye.